All right, what's up, guys? So we are going to do some virtual driving for dollars. Before we get started, we're obviously in RA Automator, and for those of you that don't know, I'll just briefly touch on this for you. So, driving for dollars. What is driving for dollars? So you are going around traditionally driving, all right, down streets. You can pull lists, map properties, go drive around, check and see like what they look like, or go into the neighborhoods that locally in your market and drive around, look for the properties that have deferred maintenance, overgrown grass, notices on the door, you know what I mean? Properties that look like they need work that we could add value to as wholesalers, as real estate investors. That is what you're doing. You build a list of those properties, and then you start marketing to them. You can text them, you can call them. If you're brave enough, you can even go door knock. Those properties as well. And what I'm about to show you is how you can do that without going anywhere. You don't even need a car to be straight up about that. You don't even need a car because you can literally do this on your laptop, on your computer, and build a list, all right, and then drive virtually using Google Street View in RA Automator, that list, and then save those properties to a list and start marketing to them, which is super, super convenient, especially when you are virtual wholesaling. This is huge. This is an absolute game changer. So, all right, now let's get going. I'm going to pull you a good example list here of what I would use, as like one of my top lists that we actually use right now in my business. But if I was you guys, this is a good list that I would start with. So I'm going to use Orlando as an example, which I always like to do. All right, so you're just going to put that in here, and then you see it pops up a lot of properties, 324,000 properties that it pops up right now. Now let's go in here and filter this list out. All right, so and we have a lot of lists in here, and I'm going to do some more examples of lists in the upcoming RA Automator full brand new walkthrough that we're going to be doing. But tax delinquents are extremely, extremely hot list. It works really, really well. And the thing about tax delinquents, I want to be clear about this too. So RI Automator data is dynamically updated. All right. So when there's an update in the county, that means RI Automator is updated as well. But when it comes to tax delinquent properties, we can only update as fast as the county updates. And they typically, the counties that do publicly post these, because you won't be able to get these everywhere, but the counties that actually allow us to pull them, they only update these once a year. So with that being said, right, like we're right here now at, where the new list should be becoming updated very, very soon. And now, we can only get those when they update them. So I want to be very, very clear on that, this is like a once a year list that would be released, which is fine, but you can hit it throughout the year. And again, this is just one example of a list that I like doing this with, okay? Because the leads are usually really, really good on there. All right, so let's go over here. We're going to do any. On the occupancy status, make sure that you're choosing residential. All right, you can see we got a lot of property types in here, but for this, we're going to do single family. Okay. All right, then I like doing year built for this list in particular because you're looking for properties that will likely need work. All right, can you do deals with new construction properties? Absolutely, you can. The odds of you getting a deal on a new construction property, though, it's reduced dramatically versus the older properties. When we look at all our data, we do a lot more deals, even though we do market to some of the newer properties as well. We do a lot more deals, the majority of our deals with properties that are built 2000 and below. All right, so I like doing 2000 or earlier. All right, now go down here to MLS status. And we want to make sure that these properties are not listed with a realtor. We want off-market properties, right? We don't want properties that are listed. All right, now, actually, let me check something right here. Okay. All right, I just want to check something really quick. All right, not worried about free foreclosure right now. Years of ownership. All right, so I like doing for this list 20 years or more. All right, so that'll drop. You see where that list drops down dramatically right there. Okay. Then you want to make sure that your owner type is individual. All right, include unknown sales dates right there. Make sure that you keep those in there. Let's go to valuation. All right, so we want 60% or more equity. And you can see this list just keeps on dropping. Remember, you're going to be like driving these things. So we're building a list. Like if I was like mailing this list or texting this list, I wouldn't filter it out nearly as much for tax delinquent properties. But because you're going to be physically like looking, then you don't need like a huge list. And then assessed. I like doing for Orlando 500,000 or less. You're really going to be following whatever the median is in your market and below, or just sometimes you can go like 10-20% above that, and then keep those properties under there. You want to be targeting the properties that the investors really want, right? The cash buyers, or if you are an investor yourself, fix and flipper, buy and hold, then obviously you're going to be targeting the properties that are the most desirable for you. And that's one thing that you want to make sure that you're doing. If you don't put this in here, this is the tax value, by the way. This is the value that they're taxing it on. That doesn't necessarily mean it's the actual value of the property. That's just the amount that they pay property taxes on. All right, just to make sure that we're clear. And then make sure that you include unknown equity. Okay, so we have our list. Here's the deal. We're looking at tax delinquent properties, residential, single family, not on the market, not listed with a realtor. They've owned these properties 20 years or more. All right. Now, so the likelihood of them needing some deferred maintenance and ways that us as investors can add value to these properties, right? Like that's much more likely. All right. Now, owner type, we have individual owners for this list. We're including unknown sales dates. Okay. 60% or more equity. And for Orlando right now, we're doing an assessed value of $500,000 or less. Okay. And then we include the unknown equity. So based on that, all right, let me close this out. All right. So what you want to do, now we're going to start driving. All right, so put one right here, just grab it and drop it. I like starting at one, put it right there in the center, and let's see what we come up with. We're not gonna do a long drawn out process here. I'm gonna just show you how it works, how you could be using it. All right, so now we're here. We're at number one. All right, so I'm gonna go over here. I'm gonna grab my little guy right here, and I'm gonna drop him right in front of that house. All right, so this is not the house. I can just tell sometimes it puts you, in a different spot. But there you go. That actually isn't a bad one right there. Ooh, look at this one. This one isn't even the house, guys. So this one next door is actually the house. Let's just go right here. I mean, guys, this is so quick, super simple. I mean, look at that. Right out of the gate. This one is the definition of what you would be looking for. I mean, look at this house. And then let's just take a quick glance. All right, so that's a nicer looking little house right there. That's not bad. Let me see here. Even this one right here, guys, that's another good one, right? And then you look at this one right here. This one actually looks pretty nice. Let's just take a quick little run up the street here and see what we got. All right, so you can see right here, that's a nice house as well. All right, let's scroll over here. Yeah, this isn't a bad little house. All right, so we know that this is our primary house right here, right? So let's go back right here. But we just happen to, this is like one of those ideal scenarios. Even though these other properties aren't on this list, I'm still going to add them in there anyway, and that's the way that I do it. If I see other properties that look like they need work, I'm going to add them to my list. So I'll show you what you would do here is let's go back out. Okay, so this is the property that it's actually pulling. You can see it right here. Number 1 is 4420 Buckeye Court. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to save this property. All right, now I'm going to add it to a group, create new, and I'm going to do D4D. I'm just going to do test list. Okay, save it. Boom, it's saved. All right, now I would just go ahead and click on this one right here. We knew this was one as well, so I would save that one right here. Add it to the test list, or no, yeah, test list, save, okay. Now we also know that this property right here was one, okay, so we're gonna save this one, or no, add to group, test list, save. All right, now we got 3 in there. Now, if you remember this property right here, or no, that was the lot. So let me just zoom back. Let me drop our guy back there and make sure I got the right property. I believe it was somewhere right here. And let's swing around and figure out which property that was. All right, so it's this one right here. All right, so this is the one right here. 4417. That's another good one. All right, so let's click off of that. I'm gonna click this right here. 4413. Where is that property at? Okay, no, it's actually this one. 44. Where is it? Yeah. So it's this one right here. It's 4419. That's the property that we're looking for. No, that's not it. Why is it not showing me? This has got to be it. Yeah, no, that is it. Okay, so for whatever reason, I got confused with 2000 or it was 17. All right, so add it, test list, save. Okay, so now what are you going to do? Okay, so let's go over here. All right, we got some contacts. Okay, so you can see right here, if you go test list, boom, there's our properties right there that we just added to the list. Okay, now let's go to skip tracing. You're going to select contacts, select group, test list. We got 4. Add selected contacts right there. Done. And then you're going to hit next and skip trace those properties. So what it will look like after you skip trace them. And with our skip tracing, by the way, like we give you like a lot of, phone numbers and a lot of info on these. We go back and we'll pull up the 5 landlines associated with the property and 5 mobiles to really make sure that we are getting you like the actual numbers, right? To these people, the actual information. A lot of people don't do that, and that's why, with certain skip tracing, you don't get that great of results. So let's go back out here, and now we're going to go to contacts. Okay, and then let's just hit this list right here. This is an example of a list that we already skip traced. You can see it's giving you a lot of emails, a lot of phone numbers. That's tying it to those properties. Now what you want to do is you can start texting these. All right, you can, and I use launch control right now for my texting. So you can start texting, or you can start cold calling, or you can do both, and hitting these people up. And if you're, if you want, you can also start sending them mail, right? So that would look like this. You would just go to campaigns, postcard. All right, so that's, let's see here. Let me close this out. All right, so new campaign. campaign. Let's just call it driving for dollars. Test list, add group, target recipients. All right. Oh, my bad, guys. I hit that twice. Save. All right, add an activity. We're going to do a postcard. And I like starting with a predefined template. Go to next. And then here's all your postcards. And we're adding more of like our proprietary postcards in here right now. And we're going to be adding some letters. So yeah, guys, like you can see here, we're like staging, adding a lot of new stuff right now. So that's it. You can send a mail. You can, you want to pull the list, drive it virtually, check what properties need work, what properties don't need work, which ones need deferred maintenance. Then all you have to do is skip trace it, start calling, start texting, and you're right there. You can start literally generating leads instantly. All right. And you know that you're marketing to properties that actually need work. That could be deals with that list right there. 60% plus equity. They've owned for 20 plus years. Like there's a lot of stuff going on there that indicates this could be a real seller. All right. So that's a lot of the times the issues with going super, super broad is you got to pull huge lists of data that not everyone on there is necessarily a seller. So if you were going after more creative deals, like creative strategy, stuff like that, then you would want to pull a different list. So this list right here will work well for anyone that's a wholesaler that, is looking for fix and flips, rentals. This would work really, really well. So I hope that helps. And guys, by the way, if you haven't yet, if you don't know about the software, it's RA Automator. You can start a free 7-day trial at flipmorehouses.com. And I'm giving you my virtual wholesaling course. I'm giving you my contracts, my scripts, private Facebook group access, all that stuff for free, just for signing up for a free 7-day trial and trying it out. And we're building out a brand new virtual driving for dollars experience in here. And I haven't even scratched the surface, not even remotely close, of the power that is in this tool, in this software. We run our entire business off of it. So I urge you, go check it out, flipmorehouses.com. If you want to do more deals and you want to have the best real estate investing software ever in the game, then that is what I would do, guys. That link will be in the description below. I really, really appreciate you guys watching my videos. I love you guys. I truly, truly want to see you be successful in this business. I am here to help you along the way. So please give me a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe. And remember, it's a lifestyle, doing whatever it takes to do whatever you want. Let's go. All right. I will see you guys on the next one.